Hi, welcome back. I appreciate you clicking on the video. If you haven't subscribed already, that will help me out. Go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. And if you have not seen previous episodes of the Sharry Babies, I will link the playlist in the description below, as well as put a tag up top. But let's get on to what has happened in the month of December. So it is actually Christmas Day, so it's not been quite a full month, but close enough. We will chat about this one here. This is Sharry Baby number 3 that I've put into LECA. And she did a little strange thing. Like, do you see her bulb that she made? Like, it just, I don't know, it looks like a little deformed growth off to the side. And she is still growing this one here, as well as this one. They don't look very well. The important thing is, though, she has, let me see if I can find it. You can actually see a healthy root. Of course, I can't find it now. But she does have some roots. You can barely see them in there. But her root system is starting, and I still have the water up pretty high. So as you can see from the watermark on the pot, it comes to right at the tip of the slats here, and that is to help encourage the humidity. And thank you, Nicole Deanna, for reminding me about the pebble top to kind of help keep it from drying out, and I think that is what has really helped her get going. So hopefully by next month we'll be able to see a better root system. If not by January, at least by February, her roots should be showing through that pot where we can really see what's going on. I don't want to unpot her and mess up the progress that she's made. And since she's right here in front of my face, we'll just talk about the Red Fantasy. Again, I'll post the video down below of the repot that I did. She came in a clay pot from Nicole Deanna, had a beautiful root system, ended up having to take her outside, spray her off, try to get the moss off. It was a process, and I potted her into this pot that is a mixture of moss and bark. Well, this month, look at the explosion of roots. I am very, very proud of that root system that she's developed. Now, the 2 growths that she had when I repotted her did not bloom. So it was this one here and this one here. However, each one of them is now pushing out a new growth for me. So hopefully these 2 will bloom for me. So we'll be seeing those blooms in about, if she blooms, 6 to 9 months. Because it takes them about that long to get everything developed. But again, she's doing well in her pot. She sits in front of the east-facing window with the majority of my oncidiums, with a grow light that does kind of help supplement whenever we have some cloudy days. Move that one. Oh my goodness. And then we have Sharry Baby number 2 that, as you can see, she's kind of, her decorative pot, she's kind of low in it. And I have rock at the bottom, and that is to help create kind of humidity in that area, because her 2 new growths, which if you remember last month were just showing, are developing really, really well. And this moss, I keep it moist. That moss kind of also tells me when the pot needs water in it, because even if I spray the moss, it dries out rather quickly. So I'm like, okay, you need water. But look at the roots on her. They look really good. So her root system is very well established in there. Now this is majority bark with some moss in it. And I don't see any other new growths, but I will definitely have to up-pot her once these growths mature. And because they're definitely going to come off the pot, even if they're as big as this one. And this one is larger than, move the leaf out of the way. There we go. Is larger than this one here. And you can see I have a little bit of mechanical damage there. Now, is this one going to bloom? I don't know. And like I said last month, I'm going to stop begging them for blooms. I'm just going to beg them to continue to grow, get healthy. Eventually, I'll get the bloom. I just know it. I just know eventually they're going to say, you know what, you have waited long enough. I'm going to let you smell my chocolate smell. But until then, I will continue to just get these growths to mature, and I'm hoping that they straighten up a little bit. So I had her originally turned towards the living room, thinking that she was going to go towards the window because she and Big Mama sit in front of the east-facing window with nothing blocking them, no supplemental lighting or anything. But she was growing towards the grow shelf over there. So I did turn her recently to this way, kind of, well, let's see, I kind of turned her sideways to kind of help maybe straighten them up a little bit. I don't know. If not, I will stake them when they get a little bit larger, just to have them grow a little more upright so they're not leaning over the pot and growing all wanky. Because I do grow in my living room, so I do want it to look aesthetically pleasing as well as space saving. Originally, I had wanted to put Sharry Baby number 2 and Big Mama in the same pot. However, I don't know that I'm going to find a pot big enough for the both of them because they've gotten rather vigorous. So here's Big Mama. She's got her roots just coming all out, oops, from under the pot, the side of the pot. Like, she's just got roots everywhere. And this is kind of what she looked like when I repotted her in January, almost a year ago. Only the roots were like wrapped around. And she is in more moss with just a little bit of bark for aeration and some perlite. But she also has 2 new growths. So we have this one here that is coming along nice and strongly. And then we have this one back here that is coming off of this growth that is coming nice and strong. So again, I think I may have to repot her after this growth here because, as you can see, it is right at the edge of the pot. And I was hoping with putting this rock here, it would give more room. I was hoping she'd kick out her new growth on this side, but no, she's like, no, I'm gonna do my own thing. I'm gonna kick it out on this side. So again, I've turned her so that she goes towards the light that way to kind of help get that growth to straighten up, but I don't know that she'll have that room because each bulb is just getting bigger and bigger, which is a good thing. I'm not complaining about that, but I am going to have to figure out what I'm going to put her in. I may have to put her in like an 8-inch pot, but then I need to find a decorative pot to set her in to keep her in the same kind of setup. So this one, when I do repot her, I am going to just transfer her over into a leca setup because basically that's kind of what she's been in anyway. These roots stay moist all the time. I water her once a week, flush it through, let it drain a little bit, and then put her back in here, and whatever excess just goes down into the pebbles for humidity. Had a brain cramp there for a second. But the Sharry Baby Red Fantasy also has pebbles at the bottom of her decorative tray or pot, again, to help encourage humidity and to keep this from drying out too quickly. They all get watered once a week with about 100 parts per million of the MSU fertilizer. Once a month, I do flush some CalMag in there. Again, about 100, 150 parts per million. But overall, I'm rather pleased with their progress, especially number 3 here that was really struggling that I thought I was going to lose. She seems to be settling in. I know, let's see, I put her in here in July, so it's taken her a little bit to kind of settle herself in, but since I've put the pebbles on the top, the roots are starting to go down into the pot as opposed to just drying out once they hit that leca. If you grow the Sharry Baby and you have any tips for me as far as when it comes time to repot or setups that you have that have worked successfully for you. Again, I do grow in my living room, so I don't have a greenhouse, so I can't do anything special that would need to be done in a greenhouse. But anything that I can do in my living room to kind of help encourage these girls to continue to get stronger, as well as especially Big Mama here is going to need a bigger pot. And ideally, I would love to put both of these in the same pot, but then again, I may not be able to. So leave those comments down below. Let me know what you think of le progress on my girls here, and continue to stay safe. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. Christmas is over, so now we're all looking for that new year. Hopefully it's better than the last two. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.